now with this rotation that's very, very deep, who gets the ball on opening day? And Chelsea, I'll toss it again to you. Who starts?
Man.
I mean, you don't lose with any
pick.
choice, but
yeah.
But someone has to get the ball.
I mean, I'd like to think maybe they'd go to a guy who's been here a while. I don't necessarily think they toss it to Scherzer right away, but he's a 2013 Cy Young Award winner, so it's not. I mean, your pick. It's
getting $210 million also.
Right. Exactly.
It sounds like you think Scherzer should be the guy.
I think it'll be Strasburg. I think it'll be Strasburg because it's always Strasburg. Every time we come up with an argument for why someone other than Strasburg could be opening day starter or this could start game one of the playoffs, they always go back to Strasburg. I think there's kind of like a I don't know, ego, but it's sort of like his place in this team. He is the #1 starter, and I don't see that that's changing.
Well, how about this thinking that maybe Strasburg walks and goes back to the West Coast? We know he's a West Coast guy. He loves San Diego. Would you not want to start a guy that you know is going to be here for the long term, and that may be Max Scherzer? What do you think about that, Des?
I think it's Strasburg. I think Dan's right for once. And I think
shot off the bow.
It's his show. I gotta take him down a peg. I have to temper his expectations again. And no, it's Strasburg. Yeah, I think the team is invested in him. Maybe he walks, but for the time being, I think they still want him to be a face of the franchise. I agree. He's kind of the de facto #1 guy, and I think it would be. It's easier just to put him in that slot. You'd create more of a controversy by putting anyone else in there, and I don't think they want to go down that road just yet.
But is it controversial to have someone who's making $210 million be your #1 guy on opening day? I mean, I don't know if anyone.
There'd be a lot of like, oh, what does this mean about Strasburg? What does this mean about Strasburg's future?
Yeah, there'd be a lot of like us talking about it.
It'd be easier to just stick with the guy that you've had.
But do you put any credence into thinking that Strasburg may walk, and they want to have someone here who fans can get on board with for the long term instead of a guy who's just going to be here for one more year and then be gone?
I don't know that fans really factor into this at all, honestly.
But didn't you just say a second ago, everyone's going to say, oh, what does it mean to the team that Strasburg is not starting on opening day?
Yes.
So fans obviously do factor in. Is that the case?
I just mean in terms of like jersey sales based on the opening day starter or anything like that. You know, I think a lot of fans are kind of feeling like this team is changing very rapidly, and maybe they would even prefer to have the guy that they've known if it comes down to that.